Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright you guys, so we're here for another week of In This Corner, and if you noticed, we were not on last week. We did have a little mini weekend vacation, so we did not record an episode. We took a little bit of a break, which is always needed, but we're back and better than ever, and here's my co-host, my husband, Brian.
Ooh. Back in the side seat here. Passenger seat.
Back in the saddle again.
Correct. Correct.
Alright, so on today's video, we are going to talk about things that we feel WWE can do to improve where they are. So I wanted to kind of do this video to get the opinion of yourself who doesn't follow it as religiously as I do, my opinion, and see if we kind of connect on some things or if we have different views. I also thought this would be interesting because you are very entwined in like the sports world, and we always have takes on what sports can do to improve, so I thought it would be along the same lines with the WWE.
Correct. Yeah. And I think they can. I think they're pretty close. I don't want to give too much away, but I think they're pretty close to each other, what they do,
Yeah,
especially now.
yeah,
They're closer than ever.
yeah.
So,
At the end of the day, the first thing I will say before we get into this episode, because my points are probably going to tag on it a lot, is at the end of the day, it's a business. The WWE is a business, MLB is a business, NBA is a business. When you talk about all of these things, they're a business. They have to make money. If they don't make money, then they can't pay the athletes or the wrestlers or the people that you want to watch. So at the end of the day, everything is a business, but these are just my takeaways on what they could do to kind of balance out that business side a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and I'll start. I'll give you my opinion, then you can give me yours, and we'll see if we connect or agree or disagree. My biggest takeaway, especially within like the last year or so, is I think that the WWE has gotten more into dollar signs rather than fan connection. And with that being said, obviously we talked about it is a business, like you have to make those dollar signs, but I feel like you still have to resonate with your audience. If you get too much of that fan connect disconnection, then at some point in time, people are not going to want to come to the shows. They're not going to want to see the shows. They're not going to be able to afford to, for one. So I just feel like that's really kind of been an issue lately. One of the main things is with the ticket prices. Ticket prices has skyrocketed. I mean, even from when we first went back into November, which was almost a year ago now, to now, the shows that I've looked at and seen, the ticket prices are crazy ridiculous. They're very expensive. You are better off now to wait to the last minute to buy them, unfortunately, because somebody's going to end up reselling them, or there's going to be tickets left and they're going to drop. But if you try to buy tickets on like the day that they go live, they're super outrageous expensive. I looked recently at WrestlePalooza because it's in Indianapolis, which isn't too far from us. And they were just crazy. Like the cheapest seat that I found was like $300+ in the very, very top. And that is nuts to me because when every show that we've been to, we've been like middle range, and I have not given more than $100 for our tickets. And so for them to be that much more in the short time frame that it is makes me worried about a year from now, like, and what they're gonna be. Another thing that I feel like the disconnect is happening is with the PLEs. Because they are trying to have so many of them, I don't feel like they're really special anymore. I mean, obviously, your WrestleMania, your SummerSlam, those are special ones because those are the big dogs. But I just feel like because there's so quick turnover time, we aren't getting the build, and so it's just a show. Like at the end of the day, they're not that special aspect that we all look forward to. And that goes back to the money. You know, they place the PLE sign on it. Everybody wants to go because it's a special event, and then it doesn't turn out to be a special event. And we saw that with the WrestlePalooza. They announced it a month beforehand, and then like 3 weeks or 4 weeks beforehand, they announced that it was going to be on ESPN first. ESPN PLE, big things, big surprises. Triple H hyped it up. And it really was a letdown. There wasn't much that went on. So if I had to give 2 points to the WWE, it would be number one, worry about more quality than quantity. I think that would help with the PLEs a lot if we worried more about the quality of the show rather than the quantity of the shows that we have. And also just keep that balance of, yes, you need to make money, but also you need to make those tickets affordable for your everyday fan, because that's essentially what most of these fans are. They're your everyday fans. I mean, all the shows that we've been to, a lot of them are families, and you have a family of four, they're not affording that show. So I would just say to definitely keep that balance between the making the money and still connecting with your target audience, and also just the quality over quantity.
I can agree with it. So, with the money in the shows, are you talking just PLEs have gone up or every show has gone up?
I'm talking
Like, I mean,
every
just
show.
normal
No,
Raw on a Monday.
normal
Like,
Raw on a Monday's gone up. When I looked, so Milwaukee just hosted. Milwaukee's where we went back in November. Milwaukee hosted one in September, and we were out of town, but I looked just out of curiosity, and that one had even gone up. Now granted, again, like I said, if you wait last minute, I got a ticket deal from Pfizer themselves, not from the WWE, where you could get them cheaper. Which then was great, but not that's not a guarantee for every show, so because that was the stadium itself. So yes, not just PLEs, but everything in general has gone up.
gone up. So, I would assume, I mean, I don't know how it works, but they're not like the pro, like athletes, in other words. They are hired contractors, right?
I mean, I don't know specifics. They sign a contract like this is what you're getting paid by
Right.
the WWE.
But they pay for their own stuff, correct?
I don't
Mostly.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't
So
100% know.
that's what I was gonna say. So if you're comparing it to like baseball or football or
Mhm.
basketball, probably hockey too. But I mean, they're assigned their team, or they're drafted, or they're signed to their team, but they're NBA employees. I mean, their
Mhm.
check comes from the NBA
Yeah.
or the MLB, and they have a union, a
Mhm.
players' union. So to me, I don't think wrestling's like that. I mean, they don't have a union, they don't
Mhm.
have any of these things, but I would assume that's why your tickets are going up, because these athletes, performers,
Mhm.
whatever you want to call them, wrestlers, um, I mean, their contracts are getting higher, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
And there is a competition now that they can go to. There wasn't. So back when
Mhm.
AEW wasn't around, they could lowball people and it wouldn't matter. Like, you don't like it, go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
but there isn't any. So um however, I agree with that. I agree with not having monopolies. I agree with not having an only league just in the golf. I agree all about it. Um, I don't know who owned it before the new group or when the new group took over or
So it
whatever,
was just the McMahon family.
which is kind of surprising. It was cheap under them because they seem kind of
Mhm.
crooked to say the least. Um, I don't know. I Comparing it to sports, they're doing the same thing.
Mhm.
So in my world, or in our, when we go to a baseball game, going to a Cubs game isn't $40 anymore. It's 100. I
Yeah.
mean, and again, against anybody, the bleachers used to be the cheapest seats in
Mhm.
the house. Now they're one of the more expensive. Like, um, so they're doing this. It's the same thing, and the fans are sticker shocked because one, they may not watch other sports or don't care about going to other sports, or two, that why all of a sudden are we changing?
Mhm.
And again, like we said in the beginning, it's a business. Like they have to make money too.
Yeah,
With that said, their first quarter this year, I think they cleared almost half a billion.
right.
So I don't know how much these contracts like who pays what for
Mhm.
ESPN or who pays what for Peacock or who pays what.
ESPN paid WWE a shit ton of money to
Right.
have their
So
PLEs.
which is what I expect. And that's the other thing. So back in the day, PLEs you had to pay for.
Mhm,
Like 30, $50, whatever. If it was boxing, it's just like that, 50 to
mhm.
$80. And one, there was less of them because people weren't buying them, I'm sure. But now in the streaming world, you don't have that big pay-per-view money coming in. Like
Well, I can't say that now because I mean ESPN is $30 a month.
ESPN's getting that money because they have to pay
No, I
WWE.
know,
Like,
but that you're paying $30 a month essentially for the PLE.
right, but it's not the same of a pay-per-view. Like a pay-per-view like in boxing, that doesn't even happen anymore because they're mostly on Netflix. But a pay-per-view like UFC, you pay the UFC to access it. Now they probably have
Yeah,
a contract with someone else,
right.
but like a portion of that goes to the UFC because they chose this network. I don't know if that's the case because if ESPN is paying for it,
Yeah.
they're getting their money back from you,
Right.
us.
Honestly, probably not because, and I don't know, but I would say because ESPN paid WWE this amount of money, X amount of dollars. I don't remember what it was. I know it was a shit ton, but they paid them X amount of dollars to host their PLEs. So I'm betting our subscription money just goes directly to
Correct.
ESPN and has no affiliation with WWE
Correct.
technically.
So that's the change of the world. Like that's
Yeah.
the change of everything. Like
Correct.
college sports, Big Ten networks,
Mhm.
SEC net, like everything is changing in that. So again, they are becoming other sports, which I don't necessarily think is a bad idea,
Mm-mm.
but your initial backlash is going to be big because of fans aren't used to that,
Mhm.
especially if they don't partake in the other sports or go to the other
Well,
sports.
and it's a drastic change,
The
because
double,
yeah, I mean at
right?
least. So it's such a drastic change is why it's like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah. So I wouldn't classify that WrestlePalooza in one of those just because, so it's new, so they can charge whatever they want, and people aren't going to complain. Like
Mm,
WrestlePalooza is new, and the whatever the female one was,
evolution.
Evolution was new. I know Evolution
Yeah.
happened, but so with those two, I I consider those outliers in prices because they're not on an every, well, they weren't on last year's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So if you took last year's schedule, and again, like you said, WrestleMania was stupid expensive. Like I'm sorry, WrestleMania, it reminds me of the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And NFL's done this. The Super Bowl is not for the average fan anymore. It's a corporate bullshit game, in other words, in my opinion. Um, so that's kind of what WrestleMania seems to me. SummerSlam is almost like a championship, maybe college, maybe Final Four,
Mm-hmm.
to where the fans are there, and they can afford it, but it's a little on the higher side. As far as those go, I don't really care what they price them at because they're a special event. Like, I, it's just like it literally is the same model as sports. Like now you're every day, like a random Monday in
Mm-hmm.
December or January. I, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Bucks playing Charlotte on a
Yeah.
random Tuesday night,
Yeah.
and they sell tickets for $25.
Right.
Like so, I don't know. I almost wonder if they should do like, and I don't know how they would. If they should sell like kind of like baseball does and basketball. Actually, you got one from the Bucks, like a mini, like a 10 show mini plan
Yeah.
or a 5 show mini plan, just to see if it works. I don't know if it would, but it might help with the cost to people
Yeah.
because it'll
That's
be
just
brought
hard
down a
because they're
little.
hardly ever in the same city.
Yeah, but
There are
it'd be a
constantly to
region.
go.
So like our Midwest region, we could go to 5 different shows probably. Illinois,
Milwaukee,
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Milwaukee,
They
Michigan,
come to Iowa.
Indiana. Like
Mhm.
it'd be a region
Yeah.
based. Like I'm sure over on the East Coast,
Oh, they could hit all kinds
they
of
could have
them.
10 of them.
Yeah.
So I digress. So my point's like to me I don't care as much as that because that's just the way the world's going and we're used to seeing that. I th- so my problem is my one biggest thing and I don't know how to change it, but I think they're too big for themselves. I think they're too big for themselves, if that makes sense. I think Triple H or whoever makes the along with this
Mhm.
brand thinks that they're on top of the world and they can do whatever they want and it's not going to matter to the fans. And that is a wrong attitude
Mhm.
because sport like franchises fall because of that
Mhm.
and it will fall eventually. Um so to me, I think they need a whole new outlook of okay, yes, we don't like AEW, but we have to realize they're there because we're losing talent to them. It might not be the best talent, and you might be able to replace it like that, but eventually there's not going to be any more talent left.
Mhm.
And all that takes is like I don't want to say Roman Reigns because he's going to be there forever. Cody Rhodes, I mean, he's going to be there forever. All it takes is like a Seth Rollins to say, oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to get a bag at
Mhm.
AEW, and then you're in trouble. So I don't know. I don't know how they changed their attitude, but I think they need to change their attitude of we're on top right now,
Mhm.
not we are the best and f the rest type deal.
Yeah.
Make it rhyme,
I
in
don't
my opinion.
I don't disagree with that, especially with some of the comments that the TKO group has made. I mean, they basically made the point to say like Vince McMahon, when he was in charge, he wanted the ticket prices to be about families, and we don't care about families. I mean, it wasn't that exact words, but it was along those lines. And so I don't totally disagree with that at all. I think that they have gotten a complex. I'm hoping that the WrestlePalooza flop and ESPN calling them out on it, kind of will refocus them because that is, you did you see the ESPN review?
Mhm.
So you like had this big show, first PLE on ESPN. ESPN paid you a shit ton of money, and you hyped this show up royally, and it flopped like that, and they called you out on it. Like they didn't sugarcoat it at all. And so I'm hoping that kind of like repurposes them and gets them kind of back in line with, all right, we got to do better.
I blame that fully on Triple H, though.
I do
I
too.
think he's the worst. Like,
I
he's the worst general manager of it. I'm not talking about WWE. Like, he is the worst general manager of a group I have seen because or leader or whatever of a sporting because he knows how to get you the fans. So like you were talking about, oh, it's gonna be a great show, and I'm like, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like it one and no offense because Indiana's on the rise. Like
Mhm.
we drove through there. I've drove through there a couple times this year, and it's on the come up.
Mhm.
Indianapolis, it's it's on the come
And
up,
it's a
and it's really good.
and it's
That's
a
awesome.
great city for wrestling. I mean, the Royal Rumble there was just fantastic.
Right.
The crowd was great.
Um, but like, who's gonna come to Indianapolis that's gonna surprise you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when the surprises happen, they're in California,
Yeah.
Chicago, New York, Boston, Miami, like the big meccas, Dallas, um, where they can hide people.
Yeah.
Like you can't hide anyone in
It
Indianapolis.
doesn't even, but it didn't, to me, it didn't even have to be a, like, surprise return or anything like that.
He just lied.
Like that,
Like
it just, the matches, there was no surprise in any of the matches at all. The biggest surprise was maybe that Brock Lesnar completely squashed John Cena. Like that was probably the biggest surprise because people were like, "It's John Cena's retirement tour, and you just gave him a squash match." My biggest thing is I think that they need, and again, I'm going off of speculation, rumors, and all that stuff. So I don't know 100% what's true and what's not. I think they need to listen more to the fans and more to the talent as well. It was speculated that with the Cody and Drew match, because nothing happened, like Cody won cleanly and that was it. It was speculated that Cody and Drew both wanted Randy to interfere and wanted Randy to cost Cody the championship so that they could build that storyline between the three of them, which honestly would have been great. Like, that would have been excellent for that match. Or even if you didn't want to take that title off of Cody, have Randy attack him, turn heel. That would have been more shocking than, I mean, and that would have been great. And it's not a big return, it's not any of this, it's just one of your legend guys who Cody already has a history with
Hmm.
showing up and showing out. And so to me, I just feel like they need to listen more to the people that are responsible for their success because their talent and their fans are responsible for their success. If you take those guys away, they're nothing.
And they're writers.
And so I think that that's what they need to do. They did do that with Crown Jewel that's coming up. Or well, actually it passed because we're recording before, but we're gonna be posting this afterwards. They did do that with Crown Jewel. John Cena pretty much basically posted a picture of AJ and was like, "What do you guys think of this match?" The fans went nuts and were like, "Yes," because they had a history. Like prior to they had a history, and that's what a lot of the fans are wanting is John Cena to have final matches with people that he's had history with and has had great feuds with and rivalries with and everything. So John posted that picture of AJ and the fans ran with it and was like, "Yes, like this is such a great idea." And then they put it on the card. So I'm hoping that is like a glim light that they really realized WrestlePalooza flopped and they need to start listening a little more.
It could be. It could be. My like second point, and that's probably all I have because again, I don't watch it, so it is what it is. Um, and we talked about this the other night. I think one thing that they could interject into the WWE schedule is all these other sports have like an all-star break.
Mm-hmm.
So WWE is going to have to change theirs a little bit. You can't have like a like you can't have contests. I don't think. I mean, you might be able to. I don't know. But what I think they should do in their all-star event, have a big event in a football stadium somewhere because that's what it's going to go to,
Mm-hmm.
or baseball stadium. I think that'd be perfect too. Um,
I'm really intrigued by Survivor Series
yeah,
in San Diego, but
and put it to the fans. Like, and I don't know how you do it. It'd have to be almost like NBA All Star voting or
mm-hmm.
MLB All Star voting, where you vote on who you want to see in a match. So you'd have like no titles are on the line, none of the garbage, none of the like drama. Like it's just a fans night in essence. And you do like men's a couple men's matches, but like men's tier A. So that would be like Randy, John, Roman,
Cody
Cody,
Roman.
Seth, like all
Mm-hmm.
those guys. And the top two are the ones who go against each other. And so on and so forth. And then you could have like a spin-off of that, and the next one does like a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and then
Stipulations.
like a street fight, like whatever. And then you do it the same for the women's. Tier A is
Mm-hmm.
all the big shots, Becky, Tiffy,
Bianca.
Bianca, all the way down. And then the top two get it, and then you just go down from there, and then tag teams. And then you have like one legends match, in my opinion, where you have ones that can still do it,
Mm.
first off, because that's probably a thing. But you'd have, in this case, to me, you'd have like The Rock, Undertaker probably can't do it anymore.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, Goldberg, um, whoever else is still available to do it. And then you have like a because it seems like celebrities are getting into WWE. You have one of
Absolutely.
those, like, and I'm sorry if anyone thinks the two basketball players are going to. They're not going to let them do that. Like, Halliburton's got a torn Achilles.
Yeah,
Like, they're not
he's
going to let him
definitely not
jump
now.
off. They're not going to let him jump off a top rope. Brunson's not going to either. So it'd have to be someone like Johnny Knoxville and I Show Speed or someone like that.
I mean,
Like, you have enough to
yeah,
do it.
you've had those guys. You've had Jelly. You've had Bad Bunny.
Right.
You've had all of those guys. So there are plenty of celebrity wrestlers.
Yeah. I think that would go crazy. Like, have it a pay per view event if you want. It doesn't matter. Or not. It's for the fans. Have it on Monday night. It replaces a Monday Night Raw,
Yeah,
Friday Night Smack. Probably Friday night.
or
Friday
one
night
of the
would be better.
Saturday night main events, like one, because
You got to pay for that, though, don't you?
yeah, they're on Peacock now.
Or is it NBC too?
No, they're on Peacock.
Yeah.
They changed that when they went to
So
yeah.
for me, if you're doing it for the fans, you're not. It's on normal TV,
Yeah,
whatever everyone usually has,
yeah.
in my opinion. So, but that's just me. I think that is one thing that they should interject into their year, whenever it is
Hmm.
that they should go by, because I think that would go crazy. Like,
I
people
think
would
it would
love
go
that.
over
I
well
think.
because the people are essentially in charge at that point
Yes,
in time.
it's the people's show. Like,
Yeah,
and that's how you label it.
yeah.
Saturday
I
Night
mean,
People's Show or
you would
whatever.
definitely have to really think it out, but
Yeah.
I think it would go really well. I think you could even almost do like a tournament style too if you didn't want to do the fan voting necessarily. Like you could have the fans vote the top 10 or whatever, that they wanted to see and do a bracket style challenge. So then,
Mhm.
I mean, there's ways you could spin it for sure.
To
Um,
me, it doesn't have to be like you're not winning anything. It's
no,
just a
no.
fun night for fans to say they did something and
That they
contributed.
contributed.
And that's like, doesn't have to be a tournament. You don't have to have a belt. You don't have to put your belt on the line. It's just a fun,
Hmm.
whatever goes, goes. And, even like a special referee they can vote on. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it would go pretty crazy, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
so
Um,
holler at me, WWE. I could set that up
you're gonna
easy,
be their creative writer.
easy for that.
I
That's coming from someone that doesn't
Yeah,
watch it at all.
I will,
Like,
and I will say, like,
not much.
obviously this has been a lot of criticism of what they can do, but I feel like they have grown a lot. I feel like that they have made improvements too. Like, this is not just like they they they're not. We're not saying that they've done all bad things. They've done some really great things, and we could really dissect any of the MLBs and NFLs, NBAs. There's always room for improvement. This is just what I think would best suit them. And my biggest thing too, again, and it honestly it's bigger than the ticket prices because at the end of the day, like, and I'm one of them, so don't get offended by this, but WWE fans are stupid. I'm one of them. I'm a stupid WWE fan. Like, if I want to go and I can afford it, I'm gonna be there. Like, if I want the T-shirt, I'm gonna buy it. Like AJ Lee's T-shirt came out and I bought it like immediately. So like we're passionate. We enjoy it and we love it and we're gonna do it. So the ticket prices to me, it is what it is at this point in time. My biggest thing I think is the quality. I think the quality of the PLEs need to be a lot better. I think instead of worrying about having one every 2 to 3 weeks, we just need to build the big ones that we have.
I agree. I also don't like. I mean, I'm sure they made a bag on it, but Monday Night Raw should not be on Netflix. There is no reason Monday Night Raw should be on Netflix. If one of the shows on there, they're both on there.
Mm-hmm.
If one of the shows are on there, all of them are on there. That's
Mm-hmm.
where your pay-per-view should be. Like, it just
Yeah.
makes zero sense for you, for a fan,
Mhm.
quote unquote. But it's just like sports. Like,
Mhm.
it really is.
Look at
Um,
NFL.
However, with sports, their biggest things are not pay-per-view.
Yeah, true.
So the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA
True.
Finals, hockey, the
True.
the Stanley Cup. All those sporting events are not on. So,
Streaming.
in my opinion, your WrestleMania and
Mhm.
your SummerSlam should be on NBC
Yeah.
or ES. It should be on ESPN, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. Like, that's hard to do in the summer. And in when is it? Is it April? April would be okay.
April. It's yeah. WrestleMania is always
April
April.
would be all right, but SummerSlam might be a little hard.
It's August.
Oh, no, it wouldn't. So it's before football season.
Oh
It
yeah.
might be the
It's
week
a
of.
it's a month before football season.
No, it isn't. It's late August.
No, it's first week.
Oh, so yeah,
First
it's a
weekend
month.
of
Yeah, so
August.
they could do it. Um, I don't know. I just if they're gonna follow a sports model, they should really look at how
Mhm.
those sports models are.
Yeah.
And again, WWE fans are not stupid in paying the ticket prices because sports fans are stupid for
I
paying.
know, but
Like we're passionate, we're gonna go if we want to
well,
go.
that's why I said
And if
no
you can't afford it,
offense
you're still
because
gonna
I'm
go.
one of them.
Like you're still gonna try and go. Now, don't get me wrong, the Super Bowl I'm not going to. The World Series, if the Cubs would make it, it's you're still not going because it's so damn expensive.
Yeah.
But you're gonna go. You might get a playoff game.
Yeah.
You might get lucky and squeak out a playoff game.
Yeah.
But so I mean, again, it's all about money. It's all a business. The players' or the performers' contracts are ridiculous. Um, just like player contracts, they're ridiculous to play a sport. Um, but your fan, you actually get enough season out of them to justify their salary.
Literally, I mean,
Sports do not.
they
Maybe baseball. That's about
they have literally. I think the only breaks that they have are and I'm speaking on this year, that I know for sure is this year they're getting Thanksgiving, like that weekend. No, not that weekend because that's not Survivor Series. Maybe it's the weekend before. They're getting a day or two for Thanksgiving, and then they get like a week or two for Christmas. I think it's a week for Christmas.
it. Yeah, and what a
And that's
bad
their break. Like that's it.
and what a bad to me that Survivor Series is going to get a lot less viewing than what they project, I think. Cuz that's huge. My opinion, just like when they messed up with the NFL, Thanksgiving is NFL's.
Hmm.
Nobody should be playing. Nobody should even be trying to compete with the NFL on Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving Day is football. Now it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It seems
Yeah.
like, which is fine. That's their weekend. Christmas Day, that's basketball's weekend. Like that is basketball's day, and now we got football on there, and I
Hmm.
don't like that at all. And it's hurting the basketball. But whatever. But WWE to put something on a Thanksgiving weekend, I don't think that's the right call.
I don't know. I think it'll do fine. It's on the Saturday. I think it'll be fine.
But however you feel, like I don't know. I it should just be like what was wrong with the weekend before. Should have done it the
I
weekend.
think it's always been on Thanksgiving weekend, if I remember
It
correctly.
just shouldn't be. Like that's it's the way it is. Just it is what it is. Just like basketball. Football should have never invaded on basketball. So, but money's money.
True.
So, pretty much it boils down to money,
Yeah.
which don't we all boil down to? But
Again, it's a business.
and I can't stand, it's just like in sports, I'm sure they have it in WWE. Oh, this wrestler went there for money. Well, no shit, they went there for money. Like, they got a family too. That's life changing money. Yeah, sucks, but you got to do it. So they
Yeah.
have to charge you extra because that costs more. However, if their first quarter made half a billion, I don't
Yeah.
really know why. I don't know why, but who knows? Maybe they're in debt.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know the behind the scenes. We don't know what it costs. We don't
Oh,
know
I'm sure it's
the
expensive.
setup. We don't know any of that. So,
I'm sure it's expensive. That's for sure.
all right. Well, that was a little longer than I expected, honestly. But
Got good ideas.
yeah,
They just got to listen.
regardless, I'm hoping again that the fan connection can get stronger again. I'm hoping that the WrestlePalooza kind of recentered them. But let us know what you think the WWE can improve on the most, because we want to know what you guys think too. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? What is your take? But as always, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, follow me on our socials, and we'll see you guys next week.